okay. The book was nice. It was very romantic, but I found that lacked depth for me. Oh my God, this girl was just going on and on about Miles, and nothing else in her life existed except Miles. There was no range to her. There was just her obsessing over this guy. There's nothing else happening except this guy and this girl. It made me think of a really bad theatre play where there are two people in a room. You know those theatre plays where it's just two characters and everyone else is an extra. But this one is a bad one because it's this girl just basically just pining over this guy, and this guy who's a wall, and he lost his child. Okay, when it gets to the part where he actually suffers a tragedy, yeah, you can actually see why he was the way he was. But okay, he's thinking for us. Apart from that, it was a nice book. It was a very easy book. It flows, and I found the sex scenes also quite boring and very vanilla. I mean, they're having sex like everyone else on top of the bed, on top of the bed, on the kitchen counter, in the shower. Like if you're gonna make it sexy, at least add some spice, you know?
Spice like what?
Baba ke make mpato kitchen. Kana mo mpato ke ndaka into shisayo. I chose the book because from considering the book we were reading before, it was quite a heavy and quite a hard book to get through. So I thought choosing something as easy as Colleen Hoover should be perfect.
So it's actually an easy read. It's interesting. It's nice. I think it's a book that you can take with, traveling somewhere, and you can enjoy it. You won't even feel the distance on the road, right? But there's not much happening in terms of the storyline from the book, as you're saying. But yeah, I guess it's one of those, butterfly loves that Tate had every time when she sees Miles not understanding, okay, what's this feeling? In the beginning, is he interested? Does he love me? The fact that he loved her, but he was hiding it as a month. He was hiding the fact that he's interested in her. The thing of not being able to read in between the lines whether Miles is interested in her. But yeah, how it started, I was like, okay, I personally wouldn't fall in love with someone that I found sleeping on the bench, drunk. I would, for me, it would be a matter of this person is like this. It's a no. I will never fall in love with that person. But I guess maybe she got time to see the other side of Miles. Oh, the other interesting part is that where when Miles was sleeping with Tate, and he was screaming, Rachel, guys.
Oh, yo, and then she just said, just finish.
Yo.
She was hesitating.
Yeah.
Me too.
Really, yeah.
As in, the moment he mentions someone else's name, he's not having sex with me in his head. Why do I have to?
Someone else.
Yeah, and why do I feel so invested in him getting satisfaction? Why am I saying he must finish? That's the pattern to need. She has no backbone, man.
Let's just say, the thing that men have, the thing of they have to finish, otherwise they'll have pains and whatever. Maybe it was the situation of, you already there. Yes, maybe you already there, just get it over and done with. I don't know, maybe I would say the same thing.
I think the reason is because she was so deeply in love with this guy.
Yeah.
So she didn't want to disappoint this
guy. That's another,
that's another reason, yeah.
So, okay, somehow, I think Tate knew about Rachel, because remember the first time when they met?
She called.
Yeah.
She called.
Okay, and she knew Uguti, she played a huge role in my, obviously when you drunk and then you think of someone, that person must be important, guys.
So when I
not saying I accepted me, but at the back of her mind, I think okay, it's fine. Probably she's alive or not. You understand? We are like, I'm dealing with a ghost or a real person, or one rata, just like her. Like, there's a lot of things that are happening. Or am I reminding, of
This girl.
Yeah, right.
Jade was caught in between, because that guy, remember, Ubiditse Bitola Rachel, but she didn't understand what was going on between this guy and this Rachel. And again, she was so afraid to ask this guy, what's your problem? Because she could sense it, but something is wrong with this guy. But she was afraid to ask this guy, what was your problem? I think that's why we don't lose if you are can't you, what's your problem?
What's
Tell
your
me,
problem?
what is
What
eating
happened?
you? What is happening? Because I can see that you are hiding something, but it's so difficult for you to say it out.
And also the rule.
It's the rules.
Like what I hated about him was the fact that when he broke his own rules, he would start breaking his own rules and then and it's just happy with him that
But anyway, not regardless of whether she knows the history between Miles and Rachel and whatever. I mean, come on, if you're no longer with Rachel, move on. You know, don't make me feel like there's another woman that's better than me, or another woman that you love more than you love me. You understand?
Rules or not.
I don't know. I feel like her love was just too much. For her to be able to tell Tate's love for Mike was just too much to be she was too understanding.
Speaking of calling with Rachel, it wasn't the first time they were having sex actually. Yeah. So how is Rachel even? If it was the first time, it makes sense. It's just maybe he's still just getting over the old relationship. But they've been sleeping together, having vanilla sex all the time, and then today he thinks he calls Rachel.
What the hell was he doing with
I think he just wanted sex. He did say he just wanted
because that's why I'm taking my past and don't think it'll be good future.
That's so selfish. She was selfish.
But then the thing is, regardless of whether he was selfish or not, that was his condition. And Ugel was more than willing to accommodate.
That's a problem.
I guess.
So the lesson here is, if he's telling you and he's open about it that I'm not looking for something serious, right? Save yourself the headache. Just don't even fall in love with that person.
Oh, it was a torture to me. Really, I don't want to lie. It was torturing me. That part, serious, again, that part, it was a torture to me. I don't want to lie. So,
Torture in a good way or torture in a bad way?
in a good way. In a good
When you
way.
say their sex scenes are boring, you don't have the same fantasies when it is sexually.
I've learned something. If you are hurt, speaking, saying things out, it's a way of feeling. Because if you don't say it out, you will end up and hating other people, like what Mel was doing. I mean, he was hating this guy, and I would have but the person who the most is the captain.
Yes.
Captain was the one who could see for it, but there is that spark between these two,
Between Miles and
Tate. But Miles and but at the end I understand for no king and it was sad from the beginning, but at the end, I was sad because we ended up being together.
Yeah.
Okay, what I love then with Miles, many respect. My parents got hate when they found them kids. Like, guys, but I saw you big. Okay, and then but I couldn't understand how Corbin didn't know Miles as a gay. Like,
Because he hasn't been with the
but
woman
yeah,
for
you
6
should do
years.
it. Yes. But it doesn't mean it's okay. I love how they celebrated Miles for being a captain. Oh God!
That is a good thing. I wonder.
Ano kata Miles we? Orata Miles.
I actually dated a guy like that.
And then the part where they're going to buy curtains.
Mm-mm.
After Tate Chowre, it's so blank, it's emotionless and whatsoever. That says a lot about him for me. That obviously, because most of the time they say your place defines you. And which is, she was already aware with what's going on.
Yeah, and he says he doesn't have visitors.
Yeah.
So that's not even an excuse for you to buy stuff, you know?
I think she was trying. Okay, I think he was trying to tell her indirectly, like a girlfriend.
But even if for 4 years, I imagine staying in that dull place for 4 years.
Yeah, remember, I go state Saruna. Yeah, he's like, who states like I want, so I want nothing wrong. As much as you will come and say something wrong. Yeah, no, who states less, so who is all right, and he's come to tell me there.
Just to say your point, it does show he was stuck.
You was stuck.
You see, he was basically stuck in the moment when his son died, and that was
Yeah.
Or Corbin said, yeah, he's forever working more than us. Yeah, well, that means you can escape like.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, Miles was so boring. Like I didn't like this type of guy. Like I wouldn't want to date someone like you. Maybe like when he's healed and he wants love, then I would consider him. But while he's still checking himself out, Nakana, it took him 6 years to go for what's that girl to Rachel and then get to know Rachel and Shan.
Like,
so
why?
he like 6 years he held on to something, and I'm sure Rachel moved on. Maybe after 2 years she was fine. Yeah, he dragged, and he dragged because he thought maybe Rachel was at a worse state than him.
Go ahead again. Go ahead. Not Rachel.
Tate.
Yeah.
Tate every time. Okay,
Yebo baba, yebo baba. Kutloloka. Uzoloka.
And you're convincing yourself, oh, this guy will love me. If he hadn't decided for I'm going to Rachel, how long would this thing go for?
He does want to continue.
That's why I'm saying I don't want that kind of love.
Yes, like accepting everything. Like I'm back. Hi, are you home? No. Yes, I'm home. Good one. I'll put that way.
I don't want that kind of love.
She was
Miles was using this girl.
It wasn't love.
But then you agree when
It was an agreement,
that
but
agreement.
she was in love.
She was in love.
She was in love.
That's the thing, but then don't get into an agreement when you know you are in love.
When you know you are
If you're
in
not
love.
in love, there's no strings attached. Okay, we do this
Then
thing,
we
you
do
know,
this
sharp.
and it's okay.
You know they're agreement. But the problem here is this girl is in love. And when you're in love, we accept that everything. Rachel. Okay, finish. Like if you didn't love that man, she's already for worrying. Finish.
No, listen, even if you love that guy, you would push that person.
Yeah, because-
so her love is not, it's toxic, it's not right,
Yes.
it's not healthy.
Yes,
It's
it
not
was
healthy.
toxic.
Yes.
It was toxic shade. But I'm glad at the end it worked out for them. We got married and we had a child. But I
Say Begazela.
Yeah.
yeah, no, Cap was also my favorite game. But it's like all of the truth when we found out for the Cap actually
Lena, I was like, huh? Yo, and there was not even a sign or because I even thought that nightcaps were like hate Miles. And there was a time where I kept Aruko got hate. There's a few years back we found a girl dead go 6th floor. Now I thought Miles killed that was Rachel.
yes.
I thought so. I'm like, okay.
So when it came to Mel's narration, Rachel, I love you, Rachel. I want to bring
Rachel was
I want to
everything.
bring Rachel. Oh, I got bored. Like I don't want to lie. Rachel.
It's a nice book.
Yeah,
to read, yeah, to take your mind
Yeah.
off
Of
things.
things, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of it challenging you mentally, nah.
It's just a light.
It's just a light
Yeah.
and flowing.
It's
Ne?
just a light reading.
Once in a while, we need
Yeah,
especially from the heavy one.
Exactly. Yes.
Makes sense. So what's your star?
Hi. 2.5.
3.5. Wena?
Because I managed to get through it in my busy schedule. I'll say I'll give it 2.5 as well. Yeah, not
Me too. 3.5. It wasn't the best.
it wasn't the best.
It wasn't the worst. It was readable. It was nice at times, but it got me angry most of the times. But yeah, we got through it. So I'll also give it a 3.5.
It's 3.5, okay?
Same.
3.5. Oh, wow.
Not for me, it's for guys. I just love how but particularly it was more kind of emotions.
Yeah.
I just loved it. They were so deep, guys. Emotionally, I'm there for them. Yeah.
But can we talk about this relationship? Yeah, the parents falling in love and the kids also falling in love. That dynamic in Jay. As a parent, can you imagine? Like, I was just thinking, like, imagine I'm having like this man I love so much, and now my son falls in love with this girl. What am I going to do? Like, who do you choose in this situation? Because
I choose my baby. My baby needs to be happy more than me.
I don't know. Like,
To break up.
then you can see it's a choose.
No, Mary, listen.
But right
to break up.
Legally, they can if we come to the legal terms because they're not of the same blood.
Yeah.
So I think maybe we should think of things in a lighter way and just let them be. Feelings are
I
feelings.
feel like it's, but would you continue with the men? Yeah,
Mina, I would.
Ah.
I love the man without the child. The child loved the girl without the parents. They met wherever they met, you know. And it would be something else if it happens that you find out that this is your estranged child or something, and you find out that they were dating. I mean, they're not date. They're not related.
They did meet.
What's happened between Lisa and that to the guy?
And Lisa, they broke up.
Lisa took the girl away.
We went back to Phoenix and I remember watching like he was married to another woman for a year and he's
But
But what
in
would you
that
do
situation,
in that situation?
if it was me, I would leave that because kids they're very rebellious, and I don't think they would back down if they say we are in love. We are in love. So I would leave them to be in love, but now I would bring up.
What if whenever you are in love? No, guys, I'm a sacrifice me now.
Yeah, nakaruya parent babes. Ucholeka ingayikile. Okay, now let's say we're in the situation when ucholeka ingayikile.
Why does it have to come down to
Yeah, but what if there's they
I
do.
understand.
They do.
So I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I would love to move away and stay in another
But
country.
even if they move away, they still your kids.
They're your
Still
kids.
going to meet somewhere, somehow.
They still your
They
kids.
are parents. And when they get married, you have to be present as a parent.
That's complicated.
It's a complicated situation.
But imagine if you've been with your man, let's just say now it's a long-term relationship and my kids never got to meet. And it's 2 years, 3 years, and finally I'm like, this is the man I'm having. And only to find that these people, these kids also have been together. Will you easily live like that?
No.
Okay.
No, you won't.
But
Me too. Me too.
You move on with your man.
I move on with my man.
Because the thing is,
And then
it's a different level. That's the thing. It's a different level of love when you're adults as opposed to when you're teenagers.
That's it.
With teenagers, everything when you think back to your teenagers, everything was extreme. Every feeling was felt deep.
Yeah.
And then your mind, your
Nearly first
your
love,
frontal,
right?
yeah, your
no,
frontal
first love
cortex was
is
not
first love.
developed enough for you to be like, yeah, I'm tender, but you are just
No limit.
you cannot imagine life without them.
Yeah.
If the parents get married, then you get married and she's Mrs. So and so.
you're both Miss So and so.
So and so. Somehow,
Yeah, it's all true.
don't you guys wish they would have